Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arya Kesuma. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that is both heartbreaking and pervasive in our society: human trafficking. It's a crime that affects millions of people worldwide, and it is something that we can ignore. This condition is very sad that these tears can from an ocean. Human trafficking refers to act of coercing, deceiving, or using force to recruit, transport, transfer, harbor, or receive individual for the purpose of exploitation, which can manifest in various ways such as forced labor, sexual exploitation, and trafficking of organs. It's a form of organized crime that generates huge profit for traffickers while inflicting immeasurable harm on its victim. Trafficking is a global problem that affects for every region of the world and has been going on for ages. It is estimated that there are currently 25 million people trapped in some form of modern slavery, with the majority being women and children. The victim of human trafficking can be discovered working in diverse fields, which encompass agriculture, domestic labor, construction, and the sex trade. While human trafficking is prevalent in developing countries, it also a significant issue in developed countries, including the United States and Europe. In the United States, an estimate 100 children are exploited in the commercial sex industry every year. Human trafficking is a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach to combat. As a society that values freedom, justice, and equality, we have a moral obligation to address the issue of human trafficking. It's a violation of basic human rights and affront to the dignity and worth of every individual. The victims of trafficking are often the most vulnerable members of our society, including women and children, who are targeted due to their gender, age, and socioeconomic status. We can turn a blind eye to their suffering and exploitation. It's our ethical duty to protect them and to ensure that they are given the support and resources they need to rebuild their life. We must to work together to raise awareness about the dangers of trafficking, to provide support for victims, and to hold traffickers accountable for their crimes. The statistics on human trafficking are staggering. According to the International Labour Organization, there are currently over 40 million people trapped in some form of modern slavery, with women and girls accounting for 71% of these victims. The act of human trafficking is considered as one of the most lucrative criminal activities across the globe. As it creates an approximate amount of 150 billion in unlawful profit annually. These numbers are not just statistics, they represent real people who are being subjected to unimaginable horror every day. The economic benefits of human trafficking are not limited to traffickers. It is also a lucrative business for those who facilitate and trafficking process, such as recruits, transports, and corrupt officials. These individuals are often motivated by financial reward of their action, and they contribute to the perpetrator of crime. The economic impact of human trafficking extends beyond the profit generated by traffickers of trafficking often suffer along them. Physical and emotional damage which can result in significant healthcare costs. They may also require social service and support such as counseling and job training to help them rebuild their life. This is a burden that falls on society as a whole, and it can have a significant economic impact. In addition to the economic costs of human trafficking, there are also social costs. Trafficking victims often subject to physical and emotional abuse, and they may suffer from health problems and trauma for years after explanation has ended. This can result in a loss of productivity and decrease in overall quality of life. Furthermore, human trafficking can have a negative impact on communities as a whole. It can contribute to breakdown of social structure and increased level violence. It also reports cycles of poverty by exploiting individuals who are struggling to make ends meet. Afford to feed your family. Can you imagine being stoned and sold like an object that not as human but as property to be used and abused for profit? Imagine being a parent forced to sell your child into slavery because you can't afford to feed your family. Imagine being your girl trafficked across border and forced to work in a brothel with no hope of escape. This is grim reality for the millions trapped human trafficking, taken from homes and communities. Victims' lives are forever changed as they manipulate, deceived, and coerced into exploitation. Children insult into forced labor, and adults lured with promise of good jobs only find themselves trapped in situation of sexual exploitation, domestic servitude, of forced organ removal, beaten, starved, and threatened constantly. Victims live in constant fear as their caption control every aspect of their life. Stripped of freedom, dignity, and choice, victims are communities to be used until they have nothing left to give. With no way out and no one to help, hopeless, weight heavy on their spirits, we must open your eyes to this attraction threat human misery. Lift our voice, the voiceless, exploited in the shadow. Lean hand organization, work for rescue and restoration. Together we can shine like the darkness and help those currently of their human find hope again. They right freedom and dignity, our feel human on it. As individual, we can make a difference by supporting organizations that work to combat human trafficking, being vigilant and reporting suspect cases of trafficking, and advocating for stronger laws and police to protect victims. Collectively, we can establish a world where human trafficking has to exist and where every individual has the freedom to live with honor and reverence. That's all for me. Thank you everyone.